Rapinoe subbed off in the 56th minute. What a career. 203 caps, 63 goals for the national team, 2 World Cup trophies, 1 Olympic gold medal, and then the 1 Olympic bronze medal. She was known, I have to say, she was known as much for her off the field contributions as for her quality as a player, which was obviously considerable. She made a big statement, as you may remember, in 2016 by kneeling for the national anthem in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. And she was a key figure in the equal pay battle. Always had a lot of swagger and charm. All the best to her.
Yeah, I think it's obviously telling that in all of the write-ups of Rapinoe, like this transition of her ending her soccer career is almost covered more as like a eulogy because she's done so many important things rather than just like, what a list of her trophies and,
right.
in big moments. So like, what an important human being and also competitive sports person.
Yeah, it's let's see. She didn't even seem that sad when she came off, She's just moving on with life, which is pretty cool.
It's the same vibe. I mean, she had the same vibe after the actual World Cup loss, like after the penalty. Like I think that's just the perspective she has on things. Like, all right, well, that's the end. I did my thing again in this game. I've done my thing for a long time, and now I'm going to do the next thing.
So I've got one more thing on the timeline. I mean, Midge Purse made an appearance. Who else?
Big Fish. We got the Big Fish. That was good.
Oh, Mia Official. That's right. Yeah. And DeMello came on. What did you think of Fischel? What did you think of DeMello?
I really liked Big Fish because she was hungry for the soccer balls. Like she wanted the ball to come to her. Morgan plays in a completely different way, even just in the short amount of time that we got to see Fischel play. Like you see that she wants to get in and start making some things happen. And that doesn't mean just like post up in the box and make something happen when the ball comes to her. She's seeking the ball out and wanting to play a little bit. And so that for me is promising. It tells me that we will have some options to play that way for whoever the new coach is, if they want to, if that's what the coach wants to do. And based on some of Crocker's comments about what he sees for the women's national team and his desire to see them have a little bit more possession of the ball and more of a possession plan, I feel like that is a good early return for Mia Official.
Yeah,
I don't want to get carried away. Again, it's a cameo against South Africa in a vibes match where South Africa are treating it as a training exercise. They've got some competitive games coming up in October against teams that won't be as good as the U.S. So this was their chance to sort of run it against an opponent that is mostly better than them in most positions.
What did you think of Davidson? I mean, she played in the last friendly before the World Cup, but didn't make the roster. I thought she looked pretty good. It's kind of hard to say too much, right?
Yeah, really hard to say when South Africa weren't really putting as much pressure on us as they could have. We know South Africa's general pressure recipe from the World Cup and even in the first friendly is Katlana, and they weren't really hitting her as often, or as they weren't targeting her as much. So that meant that our center backs were under way less stress than they even could have been. So it's really hard to take too much away from this game for anyone in a defensive spot, and that probably includes Kruger as well. What did you think of? What did you think of Davidson and Kruger?
I thought Davidson looked pretty good, pretty sharp and tidy, with all the caveats you just mentioned. And Kruger, I like her in possession. A little better than maybe some of our other bench options at fullback. But she's gonna be 36, 37 at the next World Cup. It's I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not a game changer or anything.
Right. That's kind of how I see it. And it's this is where we have that Olympic uncertainty, because it's like, yeah, the World Cup, of course, that's probably beyond where she's going to fit in. But could she do a job in the Olympic picture? And that's it's tough, man. I don't like to just be like, nope, can't be done because of the age. Shut it down. Like, it has to be performance when you're only 10 months away. So it's going to be a tight one. And it's what I'm going to be curious about is, again, when a new coach comes in, there are a lot of marginal positions that could flip on day one. And so a new coach could come in and be like, oh yeah, Casey, for sure, she's in. I have no idea how she wasn't in New Zealand. Like, she needs to be there to do X, Y, and Z, and she's capable of it, and sets a floor. Or it could be like her phone never rings again.
Right. And I guess it wouldn't bother me too much if she were. I think I would slightly prefer her over Huerta right now, but I don't know. Gonna have to get some more data. I think that's it, man. We're in a holding pattern. It's not. There's no big movements going on here. We'll just have to wait for a new coach.
Yeah, and again, despite that sort of feeling of impatience of the clock ticking, I try to just enjoy. Again, it is a huge moment. Megan Rapinoe is an icon, so to sort of savor that and linger in that moment, because it is powerful, and then just to enjoy whatever nice aesthetic moments you can get. The Trinity smash is great, both of them, the goal and the screamer off the post, and then Fischl getting in is a big deal. We got to wait for Jaden Shaw, but getting Fischl in and seeing her out there, I enjoyed that. Like, there's just no two ways about it. Like, that's fun.